Hello and welcome to our YouTube channel Princess Diana News. It's been a year since the Queen died. His funeral was the last event Harry and Meghan attended as members of the royal family. Now the public is expressing their views on America. Basis of the renegade royal couple. According to an exclusive new poll, 3/4 of Britons think Harry and Meghan should not receive public money, and most people want them out of the loop. In fact, only 15% of respondents said Meghan and Harry should be eligible for taxpayer-funded security and other expenses. And an overwhelming 74% said they had to pay for everything themselves. The poll also shows that respondents have a somewhat dim view of Meghan and Harry's claim to the throne. Most people think they should be excluded from the line of succession entirely. As the king's second child, Harry remains fifth in line to the throne, behind his brother Prince William, his nephews Princess George and Princess Louis, and his niece Princess Charlotte. Of course, thankfully Meghan is not the heir to the throne, but her and Harry's two invisible children are archifical and invisible Mountbatten-Windsor, their sixth and seventh. However, to be honest, I'm surprised that only 3/4 of people think Harry should not get money from the government. I mean, I thought it would be around 99%, and they don't work for the royal family. So why should they take money from the public purse? It doesn't make sense. Harry launched a court case demanding that he be provided with police security and paid for by the taxpayer while in the UK. Of course, fortunately, they rejected this idea. And the security at Frogmore, when he was a tenant, was funded by government grants, again public money. And now they don't live there anymore, and I don't think the government money goes to them. Well, they decided to step down from their roles as royals. And I don't even know why they still use those titles if the monarchy is so scary to them. And I can't speak for all Americans, but I think 3/4 of Americans probably agree, probably more. They should be treated like the citizens they've shown themselves to be. They explained that they wanted to resign. Well, that's good. Then we should respect their wishes. And this means that they will lose these titles and all funds. The fact that they are still waiting for both of them tells us a lot about who they are. One person who took part in the vote said that if it was unacceptable for her to be a working member of the royal family, then of course the line of succession should be adjusted to reflect that. What else will happen if he actually gets the job? Refused? Why would he even want to inherit the position of working royalty? He once owned one but later discarded it. It was public and heartless, causing huge emotional harm to many people. They should be stripped of their titles of Duke and Duchess for their services to the crown. But it's clear that this is the only thing they can grab right now that will make them money. The fan also said, "I think he's still out of the public eye right now, so he's angry at the police for taking away his safety." Harry has effectively cut himself off as heir to the throne. He also failed his family, friends, and morals. Another person was very critical of Meghan, asking why Meghan would keep any titles. He clearly despises the royal family and Britain. Not only did she not leave the country, but she barely returned. She prevents her and Harry's entire family from participating in their children's lives, and she openly speaks and writes about her hatred for the country and the monarchy. While Harry and Meghan are not very popular nationally, probably as a result of the attacks on his family and the institution since he stopped being a working royal, Harry's older brother and his lovely wife have come out on top as the most popular royals. The poll demonstrates that Britons mostly believe William has done well in a year where he lost his grandmother. He faced more nasty attacks from Harry, and a result that is sure to be painful for Harry. Almost twice as many people, 50%, believe that it is William instead of Harry, 27%, who best represents the values of their late mother, Diana. Harry has claimed that his father cut him off financially after he and Meghan left. Of course, it was dubbed Megxit, and these claims were later refuted by the royal family. The taint began then, including a series of whispered swipes in Harry's book against his father and brother, and the relationship between Meghan, Harry, and other family members now appears to be irreparably damaged. So guys, in a recent clip, we reported on Harry's amazing move that left Catherine and William in the dust. Many of you joined us to talk about this update. So let's talk about some of your comments. All is well. The main comment is from Linda Kearney. 8475, Harry will never get over William and Kate. He looked like he slept in these clothes. Dressing like this is completely disrespectful to the late Queen and other members of the royal family. Harry needs to be very humble. Thank you so much for your comment, Linda. I also noticed that Harry was always walking around disheveled, as if he had just taken clothes out of a dirty laundry basket and put them on. You would think he would take better care of himself. Maybe Meghan gave him some fashion advice. As I read these comments, I realize that many of you noticed how carefree Harry was. We have another comment from Diane Prophet 837. If Harry truly cared about his grandmother's memory, he would respect her, knowing how much these things meant to her. That's right, and that's a big difference between Harry and Meghan. Harry was raised to be better, Meghan, probably not. But Harry, what's his excuse? Next, Sue Ann's comment about Harry's return to the family. She says, it would be great if Harry said he was sorry, but I think it's important that he is sorry. This will take some time. If he had done those two things, I think the family would have let him home again. Labour King again? No, I think the train has left the station. I agree with you on this, Sue Ann. I think anyone who has misled a family member understands that if they are willing to make amends, they will be allowed back home. Just because you want them to be part of the family again. But, of course, he can never be a workers' king again. I think this is an important point. And it seems that the last royal of the United Kingdom, in your answer to your question about whether Harry apologized to his family, should they welcome him and forgive him? I think he and Meghan have been so cruel to both of their families that even if they get them back it will be very hard to trust them again. As they say, trust can be destroyed in seconds but takes years to rebuild. Harry and Meghan need to show some humility in their behavior, apologize to their families, and actually work quietly without taking silly dad photos. It's going to take a long time, but at least people acknowledge that they're trying. I agree with this answer. But I don't know anything about Meghan. I don't think she will go back. However, Harry, with a lot of effort and a lot of time, I think it is possible. But again, never as a working member of the royal family, but only as a family member attending private family events. Some people say that the photo of Harry in a state of embarrassment was actually edited. Many people have claimed that this photo of Harry was photoshopped, and when you see how shabby Harry looks and how disrespectfully dressed, it most likely is. They dominated Harry, so such comments were unnecessary. Honestly, who knows? Meghan and Harry do some weird stuff in Photoshop, don't they? So if you think this photo has been photoshopped, please tell me why. Somehow I don't understand what this sentence means. Why does this photoshopped photo of him look so bad? Several others also shared their thoughts on Harry's return. Kate said, I'm sorry, but Harry can't come and go as he pleases. He must be accompanied by security and is not allowed to go anywhere. He is very random and that makes him dangerous. Yes, Kate. I think this is a very good idea. I agree. They have to be careful there. And then Debbie says, Harry shouldn't be left behind unless he gets extensive treatment and takes responsibility for his behavior. I don't think that will ever change. He was always devastated. You're right, Debbie. You are right. I doubt he'll ever do what it takes to come back. Yes. I agree. But even so, I'm sure some people still have that hope. I also found this comment from Patricia. Interesting. Patricia said she was very annoyed by reports that Prince Harry spent more time at the Chapel Royal at Windsor Castle than the Prince and Princess of Wales and the King and Queen. What does this mean for other members of the royal family? They, the royal family, are trying their best, and seem to be doing a great job, to fulfill their duties, serve our country, and remember the Queen and their usual dignified lifestyle in Wales, just like the king and queen at Balmer, just like Lerberg did. This is not a popularity contest to see who can get the most media attention. For God's sake, most people in Britain have no time for traitors who disrespect their family and country and lie about it. Let Harry and his wife get on with their lives and think that William and Catherine are worried about what's in the papers. There will certainly be better publicity for Harry in the coming days at the Invictus Games. But who cares? For me, the games are about the amazing and brave service workers who will persevere against all odds, and for me it's all about them and their stories of courage, strength and will. Thanks for this very balanced perspective, Patricia. I think you are right. I don't think most people will be happy with this nonsense about Meghan and Harry. Well, the last comment I want to share with you made me laugh. Katie Fan said Harry could read. It's always fun to see the Harkles family try to outdo the royal family as a whole. But it was hot out there, and Harry was wearing a sweaty white shirt and jeans that were almost stained with dust. It's so funny. He always ruins everything. All the other men who attended the memorial service were able to wear suits with shirts and ties and all survived. It's kind of sad, isn't it? How much they tried to get away from the witnesses and how they failed. Failed every time. Well, back to what we were talking about earlier, the truth is that we respect the traditions of the institution of the monarchy and try to avoid Charles in favor of Williams. Will never be an option. Britain may now vote for a prime minister, but the country's succession plan is clear. No one wants Harry and Meghan or their children to have no idea what the expectations of the monarchy are or how it even works as far as traditions and history go. In any case, no one wants these people to go to the throne. And Harry gave up that choice when he left. Perhaps Carlos realizes that it is his duty to disinherit her. He's a huge step back from his royal duties, so of course he should be fired. He does not want to be part of this family. Okay. I mean, imagine if something terrible happened and Harry got the role. Royal expert Mr. Phil Dampier explained that in addition to the constitutional obligations and roles of the monarch, those around the royal family also have important responsibilities in terms of charitable sponsorship and public services. Prince Harry has no involvement in any of these matters and is independently funded. Therefore, it is logical that if he has no royal functions, then he does not belong to the line of succession. Indeed, being a royal cannot be a part-time job. Harry must earn his place in the line of succession to the throne. If he chooses to back down, as he has already done, he will no longer be a citizen. He had no security rights or anything like that. Harry made his choice when he married Meghan and they moved to the United States, so he should get nothing from the British taxpayer. Harry must face the consequences of all the damage he has done. Both do this. And the fact that they both feel they need security is because they have encouraged so much controversy in their efforts to monetize their expertise. Harry is really cheap in the royal family, which is a sad thing, and I'm sure he must realize that on some level, and I think Princess Royal and should be honored with another title to honor her lifetime of service and loyalty to the late Queen and the current Queen. Your country, its people, the Commonwealth, all charities, all military units. Don't be afraid to click the subscribe button to get more interesting videos from the Princess Diana News channel. Thanks for tuning in, hope you have a great weekend and I'll see you in future videos.